In a multiverse overflowing with mid-tier isekai disasters, these 6 anime stand tall as rare gems, series with 0 bad episodes and maximum chaos, comedy, and emotional disrespect. Prepare for unhinged narration and savage, loving hype. Number 6. Thermae Romae Novae. Lucius Modestus, proud Roman architect and professional bathtub snob, suffers daily because everyone around him keeps designing bathhouses with the creativity of stale bread. One frustrated dip later, the man gets yeeted through a drainpipe portal into modern Japan because why not? Fate said, get cultured. Watching Lucius experience the wonders of Japanese bath innovations is pure cinematic therapy. The man sees a plastic bathtub toy and internally monologues like he just met a minor god. And when he encounters electric baths, his soul practically ascends. Such advanced technology, these flat-faced people are blessed, he screams. While Japan collectively wonders why a giant toga-wearing foreigner is gasping dramatically in the bathing section. The story follows his frantic attempts to bring modern ideas back to ancient Rome, and the results are hilariously chaotic. Romans stare in awe as Lucius introduces inventions that absolutely should not exist yet. Lucius, meanwhile, pretends he invented everything from scratch because explaining time travel bathtubs would get him thrown into a dungeon. Every episode feels like a historical fever dream, narrated by a man who thinks bath salts are divine revelation. No filler, no weak arcs, just a Roman dude and his destiny, upgrading civilization one confused soak at a time. Landing on number 5, Uncle from Another World. 17 years in a coma, and Uncle wakes up speaking fluent isekai trauma. His nephew Takafumi was just hoping for a heartwarming reunion, but instead, he gets a middle-aged man rambling about being hunted by tsundere elves and failing every friendship quest imaginable. Uncle's memories play like bootleg fantasy anime clips, him bravely approaching a magical girl, only to get drop-kicked because she thought he was an orc. Him learning powerful spells only to immediately misuse them for things like heating ramen. Him gaining legendary status entirely by accident. And every retelling is accompanied by Takafumi's internal monologue begging the universe to explain how this man survived 17 years in a fantasy world without dying of social incompetence. The best part? Uncle can still use his isekai powers. So everyday life becomes an unhinged magic-powered vlog, teleporting to avoid chores, using elemental abilities to fix ancient Sega consoles, and accidentally summoning trauma memories that feel like psychological war crimes. Underneath the chaos, the anime sneakily hits you with emotional depth, especially with the tragic elf girl whose love language is harsh insults and violent gestures. It's hilarious, painful, and strangely sweet. A series with 0 bad episodes because Uncle's stupidity alone maintains peak entertainment levels. Counting down to number 4, WorldEnd. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? Willem Kemech wakes up centuries after humanity got wiped out and discovers that the world has been outsourced to cute fairy girls who double as super weapons. Great, fantastic, exactly the kind of nightmare anyone wants after a long nap. Willem becomes the reluctant father figure of these adorable apocalypse nukes, especially Tholly, who immediately triggers the "oh no, I'm getting attached" alarms. The story blends sweetness with emotional attacks so lethal you'll consider suing the plot. Willem tries to keep the girls safe, but every mission they take is basically labelled 90% chance of heroic tragedy, 10% chance of trauma expansion. The anime throws comedy at you, Willem dealing with fairy mischief, awkward meal scenes, and his constant internal monologue of, "I swear I'm not a creep, I'm just unlucky." But then it shifts and punches your heart with battles so brutal they feel personal. Throughout the show, Willem's gentle presence contrasts with the world's cruelty, and Tholly's quiet devotion becomes a ticking emotional time bomb. The narration feels like watching a beautiful dream that actively wants to hurt you. No bad episodes, just escalating heartbreak, chaotic humour, and peak fantasy drama executed with unnerving precision. At number 3, The Titan's Bride. Koichi Mizuki was just living a normal life, school, basketball, minding his business, until he gets magically summoned straight into the hands of a massive, very affectionate Titan prince named Caius. And by affectionate, I mean Caius lifts him like a bridal package Amazon forgot to label correctly. Every episode is a hurricane of romantic intimidation and fantasy absurdity. Koichi's inner thoughts scream, "Help, why is this giant so buff?" And what do you mean I'm your destined spouse? I didn't sign any cosmic marriage contract. Meanwhile, Caius is confidently planning their future wedding like the universe gave him a coupon for a human husband. The storytelling blends comedy with flashy drama. Court politics, cultural misunderstandings, and Koichi trying not to die of embarrassment form the core fuel for the chaos. And Caius? The man is incapable of subtlety. His version of flirting includes statements like, "Your body is perfect for bearing my heirs," said with the seriousness of a tax officer. But underneath all that Titan-level thirst, the series has surprising sweetness. Koichi slowly understands Caius' sincerity, and the dynamic becomes less kidnapping vibes and more giant himbo boyfriend speedrunning devotion. No bad episodes because the chaos simply refuses to lower the energy. Looking at number 2, the Demon Swordmaster of Excalibur Academy. Dark Lord Leonis suddenly wakes up in a 10-year-old body after 1,000 years of magical hibernation. His first thought, "Who dared seal me?" His second thought, "Why is everyone so weak now?" His third thought, "Why am I tiny? Who cursed me with softness?" Enter Roselia, the pure-hearted swordswoman who finds him, adopts him, and unknowingly begins babysitting the most dangerous child-sized war criminal ever reincarnated. Leonis is determined to reclaim his power, but he also has to survive school life, which seems more challenging than the ancient world-ending battles he used to dominate. Episodes are stacked with flashy fights, ridiculous misunderstandings, and Leonis constantly trying to hide the fact that he's secretly an overpowered demon lord with the patience of a grumpy cat. Internally, he's roasting everyone. Externally, he's pretending to be innocent so he doesn't get detention. The Academy gets attacked every 5 minutes because evil forces can smell Leonis' dormant swagger. Roselia, unaware she's travelling with a literal calamity, keeps striving to protect him, while Leonis casually vaporizes threats behind her back. The series never drops the tempo, just non-stop magic, sarcasm, petty villains, and Leonis flexing so hard the world can't keep up. Finally at number 1, the Ambition of Oda Nobuna. High schooler Yoshiharu Sagara gets isekai'd into the Sengoku era, but with a twist. All the famous warlords are suddenly cute girls, and leading them is the ambitious, fiery, dangerously charming Oda Nobuna, who talks like she's auditioning to conquer both Japan and Yoshiharu's sanity. Yoshiharu, armed with nothing but historical knowledge and questionable luck, becomes her strategist. His inner thoughts are pure panic. If I mess up the timeline, am I erasing math? Do I still get Wi-Fi? Meanwhile, Nobuna treats war like a competitive sport. She fully intends to win barefoot if necessary. The narrative thrives on banter, explosive battlefield moments, and Yoshiharu constantly improvising strategies that should not work but somehow do. Nobuna alternates between praising him, yelling at him, and threatening to fire him into the sun. All standard love language options in a isekai. The supporting cast is equally insane. Genius tacticians who flirt mid-strategy meeting, rival warlords who combine violence with charm, and comedic bits that hit right before emotional scenes sucker punch you. No bad episodes because the pacing never collapses, just non-stop warfare, historical fan service, and a romance so volatile it might trigger another era of conflict. And there you have it, 6 isekai series that never dip, never drag, and never deliver a dull moment. If your watch list needs chaotic brilliance, emotional ambushes, and pure entertainment madness, these titles will keep your anime cravings fully satisfied. Enjoy responsibly.